Hello, friends. Welcome back. Or if we are meeting for the first time, hello, my name is Beth. I am a rescue mom and advocate. I'm a doggy foster parent. I live in Hawaii. I'm a shelter volunteer. I think that sums up the main things that you need to know about me for now. Today I am doing something a little bit different than what I normally do. I feature doggies a lot on my channel, but I'm actually also a cat mom and I'm a big advocate for kitties as well. Kiko is currently our little tortie kitty that we have. We had two cats, unfortunately. Callie was our other tortie who passed away in 2022. I love you, Callie. I miss you so much. And really, like, for 9 years of our life, Kaleo and I, it was me, Kaleo, Callie, and Kiko. It was the four of us taking on the world together. So we were cat parents well before we were dog parents. And lately I've just been feeling that pull, that tickle to be doing more for cats because I haven't been, other than, of course, taking care of my own kitty. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail later in the video, but cats, like feral cats and wild cats here in Hawaii, are a big, big issue. And it's something that the rescue community and really the cat community is constantly trying to, improve, work on, make the situation better. So I am here today at Lucky Paws Animal Foundation. They are a cat rescue organization here on the island of Oahu. They put a call out on their social media last week saying that essentially they were really low on volunteers and they desperately need more help. And they take in adult cats as well as kittens in their physical facility. And they need volunteer help to do laundry, to clean kennels, to clean litter boxes, to sweep and mop, to prevent disease prevention, and to feed all of the kitties in their care. So I reached out to see if I can jump in and help in any way, and today is my training day. So I don't know how much I'm going to be able to film because I'm going to be training and learning everything, but I will do my best to show you guys some of the amazing adoptable kitties and a little bit more of the facility. And then we'll catch up afterwards to talk about it and talk more about community cats. All right, let's go. Lucky Paws is broken up into a few different sections. The first one is Adoption Alley. This is where all of the adoptable kittens are located and some adult cats as well. There are some large boarding rooms for more kittens and adult cats in the back that I didn't get good footage of, but I was obsessed with this little cat family of a mom and her two sons. They're so sweet. The next area is this adult cat playroom, which kind of functions like a cat cafe. Most of the adult cats are free roaming in here and just kind of hanging out and enjoying the cat trees and pets and love from people that come by. So many sweet kitties right now waiting for homes. Oh. This is the rescue room, and this is the location of the cats and kittens who have recently come in and are waiting on vaccines or receiving medical treatment. There's also a separate isolation room for cats that have more severe medical needs like mange, and also for some feral cats that have come in cat traps. The first step of the day is feeding. So every single cat has free access to dry food through a bowl throughout the day. They all have bowls in their kennels. but they also get wet food twice a day because it helps with digestion and keeps everything moving and hydrated in their systems. Hi, sweet babies. Is it yummy? You can eat your breakfast. Yes. After feeding, it's time to clean the kennels, which is quite a fiasco with kittens. I definitely had a few escape artists today, but it honestly just made the job a lot more fun. I'll clean. I actually really love cleaning and resetting the kennels. This may seem like the tedious or not that fun part about volunteering, but I really love creating spaces that are cozy and safe and inviting for humans and animals. And by giving them a clean and soft place to live while they're waiting for a family, we are able to give them dignity and respect through a really difficult time in their lives. All clean, sweet mama. Nice and ready for you. And of course, at the end of the shift, we get to take some time to play with the kitties and socialize them. Hey, Moms. Hi. Well, hello. I know, you're silly. You're silly. Hello. Hey, sweet babies. Okay. Hello, Pudgey. Hello. Hello. This is Kiko. Oh, she's not too fond of Puck trying to play with her. Pudgey, stop. Stop. This is my kitty. I don't know if you guys have met her before. This is Kiko. We've had her since she was 1, and she is now 13, 14. She's our senior girl, but she acts like she's a kitten still. And Puck always thinks she wants to play with him, even though she absolutely does not. Anyways, I am back at home. And actually, let me grab my water really quick. I'll be right back. I am back at home. That was, okay. What? I know, I missed you guys too. Come here. Oh, hey, I missed you too. Okay, that was a lot of fun. It also was so much work, and I have a lot of respect for, hey, what everyone at Lucky Paws does for kitties here in our communities, because gosh, there's so many cats in their care right now, and there's just more coming constantly. And they make it work with like a skeleton crew of volunteers, which is super impressive. And so if you are living on Oahu and you are interested in volunteering at an organization, please go check them out. They're really amazing. They could use whatever help they can get. Even if you can only do like a couple hours a month, they would appreciate your support. I will drop their links down below. But the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about was a little story time in how I ended up wanting to be more involved in cat rescue outside of having my own cats in my home. And this story actually happened, almost a year ago now, maybe even a little bit longer. And it started with a text message from a friend of mine that literally said, a cat just fell through the ceiling at my office, and it's pregnant, and it's now giving birth on the floor. And I need help because I don't know what to do. Which, it's wild. I didn't take that many videos at the time because this was before I started my channel, so I wasn't thinking that much about filming, but I will pop some videos and photos in that I do have from it. So it ended up being this pregnant mom with 7 kittens total. One of them was stillborn, and then she had 5 when I went there to rescue her, and then she gave birth to one more that evening. This office is in like an industrial area of Oahu where there actually are a lot of feral community cats. And so it's not totally uncommon that cats are in that area and one might find its way into a roof or a ventilation system at an office building or a warehouse in order to have a safe and protected place to give birth to their kittens. But I guess the roof wasn't super stable, or I don't know exactly what happened, but she somehow fell through into their back storage room. And I, at the time, had never firsthand rescued an animal. I like volunteered to rescue organizations. I'd been a part of like transport and fostering, but never like the first on scene to get in there and get an animal. And I didn't know what I was doing. And we had tried reaching out, she had tried reaching out to a couple of organizations, and nobody was able to come and get the cats. They were open to receiving them for intake if they could be brought to the facility, but nobody could come and get them. So this is where I came in. And I literally showed up in my overalls with like my cardboard pet taxi from when I adopted my cats from the Humane Society and my guinea pigs. And that was it. I had a towel, myself, and a cardboard box. And somehow in this like chaotic, I think it probably took me about half an hour total, I managed to get all of the babies and mama into the box. I did get bit and scratched a little bit. Comes with the territory. It was completely fine and understandable. I knew that this poor cat was absolutely terrified, and she was in the most vulnerable state that she could be, literally in the middle of giving birth. And then there's all these people around her and somebody like trying to grab her and grab her kittens, and it just was a lot for her. So anyways, what ended up happening afterwards was a whole fiasco. By the time I was able to get her, the first place that we were originally going to take the entire family to was no longer able to intake her because they had reached capacity for the day. So then what happened is I debated about bringing them home, but because I had the dogs, and Kiko, our cat, is not cat compatible, and this mom was feral. She was not, and she was stressed. So there was just no way. A friend of mine was actually able to take them in for the night. So she took them for the night, and then the next day is basically when the scramble happened to figure out where she was going to go, because that friend could not keep her long term. So that was when we started reaching out to other organizations. We tried to see if we could find a foster. And it really opened my eyes to the struggle of what it takes to really be boots on the ground rescuing animals, especially if you do not have a physical facility to intake animals at. It just gets 10 times more complicated, and it's overwhelming. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feral community cats here on Oahu. There's no natural predators here. There's no way to like naturally contain the cat ecosystem. So unless they're spayed and neutered, then they just keep reproducing and reproducing and reproducing. And a litter can have 7, 8 kittens at a time. So that is a massive amount of cats that can just be put back out into the world if it's not being, properly monitored and controlled. So what ended up happening in the situation was that the kittens went to a kitten foster. So there was an organization who was able to take the kittens and put them into a specific home where they would be bottle fed. I ended up bottle feeding one of them for the night because, long story short, one of the kittens got forgotten in the box, and I ended up having to take him home because the organization closed by the time we knew, and anyways, he's okay. And I fed him for the night, and it was wild. But mom, unfortunately, could not be intaked by any of the organizations because she was feral, and a lot of them just didn't have space. So I was able to get her spayed. I got her spay surgery so that she does not have to worry about giving birth again. And then she was re-released into the community once she had healed. And that was sad for her. I felt sad that we couldn't give her a softer and safer place to land after that incredibly traumatic experience. But hopefully she's okay out in the world. And at least she's not having more kittens and going through that again. That's my wild cat rescue story, how I got into cat rescue and why I wanted to step back into doing more volunteer work with cats. And so you guys will definitely be seeing me doing that more on the channel. I'm going to be doing more shifts at Lucky Paws, and then I'm working on volunteering at some TNR, trap neuter spay, sorry, not trap neuter spay, trap neuter release clinics here on the island. So I'll take you guys along for that as well. But really the importance of spaying and neutering your animals, if you care about animals and you care about animals in shelters, you need to spay and neuter your animals. You need to, because it's the first step in keeping animals out of shelters. Overpopulation is a huge piece to that. I apologize. I know that this probably feels like really scattered right now, and it's because I feel really scattered right now. There is still so much that I'm learning about community cat care and this overwhelming problem. And I feel so passionately about rescue and animal care being a community concern and a human concern as much as it is an animal concern. So I think that sometimes I just get a little bit like frazzled when I'm trying to talk about this, because it's such a big issue that I feel so intensely about, and I have a hard time like keeping track of what I actually want to say. But anyway, I'm going to continue sharing more about cats on this channel more often. Let me know if there's anything in particular that you guys are interested in seeing or learning about. And Pudgey, come. Sorry, Puck has been scratching a lot and he's starting to like lose some fur. And I don't know if it's because he's shedding because it's so freaking hot lately, or if there's something else wrong. So I'm trying to keep an eye on him. Anyways, these two are getting baths today too, to see if that helps. Okay. Anyway, let me know if there's anything else you guys want to know. Thank you for joining me for my shift today. And I'm just going to end this vlog here. This is going to be just a quick little one to talk more about cats and kind of introduce this other world that we're going to be jumping into together. But as always, I very much appreciate your support. The puppies do, the kitties do. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. And I will see you guys again very soon.